Hello everyone, welcome back to an Apex Legends video. So this is just going to be a kind of a wish list for season 6. Now I think I did one of these back for like season 4. Maybe I did one for season 5. I can't remember, but I've done a couple of them, kind of things that I want to see or changes I need to see basically happen for the next season. So we're going to discuss those and yeah, just really what I want to see. Right, so like I said, normally I do these, and I was getting ready to make this because season 6 is coming. So I wanted to get super close and to season 6, get this video out, and of course, as soon as I get ready to kind of get to that point, I see one come out from somebody who I respect a lot and appreciate, and he did one, and so I want to kind of piggyback off of that. I don't want to like steal any of his ideas or thoughts, but I kind of want to talk about some of them, and some of them I kind of want to not necessarily adjust, but tweak. Yeah, tweak is a good word. So I kind of want to just kind of tweak some of his thoughts. But anyway, that person is Rain Day. So I'm gonna put a link to his channel in my my description, and or a link to his video rather. And so make sure you check that out because he has some really good thoughts on the changes for season 6 Legends. So I think that's important to kind of go back and watch and respect his thoughts on those. But I want to talk about some things other than Legends as well, and things that I want to see with season 6. And I think the most important is a map, a new map, right? So we got one in season 3. So if they're doing like every third season, that's perfect, right? So we're in season 6. So if they're following that timeline, let's get a new map, right? So Olympus is definitely the one that's rumored. Right now, there's nothing for sure. Some people believe it, some people don't. There's also a new thing in World's Edge, way down south in the lava area for Hammond Robotics. So there's clearly a new town takeover coming in World's Edge, which is fine. Those maps obviously are going to stay in rotation. So I appreciate that they're not just going to leave them as is, but they're going to throw in some new stuff. But I would love to see Olympus. You know, Olympus, if you don't know, is more of a big city. If you remember watching the trailer for season 5 and Loba, and it's a big city, right? So that city is Olympus. So if there was a big giant city that we could have, that sounds really freaking cool. It would be very challenging, and maybe like most of it, you know, if it's a small-ish map. But like just a big giant city, that sounds really cool to me. So I mean it's different. I mean, just think of how like crazy the cities are that we've dealt with in the past. So like even like a small town like Skull Town that we've had in the past, it's crazy. Capital City, crazy. Skyhook at the start of World's Edge, you know, everybody was like, oh, this is the new Skull Town. Well, it ended up being Capital City because it's in the middle. But, you know, those are very busy, popular areas, although Skull Town didn't have all that loot. I don't know why people were so obsessed with it. So yeah, that's, you know, that's, I don't know. For me, I think that's cool, right? So I'm perfectly fine with a city. So anyway, Olympus, new map. I don't want to see just small changes. I want to see an actual new map. All right. A new legend or two. Now, we don't want to get oversaturated. Some people are like, man, bring them on. We need 30, 40 legends. No. I mean, I could see like a max of like 15 to 20, you know, over the next, you know, handful of seasons. I don't want it oversaturated. And the nice thing about Apex is they build off like the trio. You know, obviously it's the game itself is revolved around trios, right? So with 3, you always have like that one small type of weakness. Like you're either not going to be, you know, have somebody with escapability or any type of healing, any type of scouting ability, things like that. So you're always going to have a weakness on your team because there's just not enough. You know, if you had 4, then great. But with 3, there's just just that little aspect of weakness. So I think we start oversaturating things, you know, people become too OP, there's always too many changes every year. So I would like to see like 1 legend a season, or, you know, some seasons where crazy things happen, or they have some amazing ideas, 2 legends. Like, but that's a max. Let's not go crazy and have 8,000 legends, right? I fired up Rainbow Six not too long ago, and like, oh my god, it's a lot of characters in Rainbow Six. But I've always compared Apex, like everybody compares it to, you know, battle royales, and which it is, but they compare it to Fortnite and they compare it to Warzone. I feel like you have to compare it more to Rainbow Six, where every person that you play as has a different ability. In Warzone or in Fortnite, they all have the same abilities, right? Which is really nothing. It's just all RNG based and skill based, where this is, you know, everybody's got different abilities and things to use. So I always put that focus on that. So I don't want 8 million different things and people to focus on, right? So let's just keep it at that. A new gun is something else. I'm not really sure what I want with the guns. I don't want to see like drastic changes. I liked the idea from like 2 seasons ago of moving to sniper guns and sniper ammo, right?
Listen up.
So
got sniper ammo here.
I can appreciate that. I think the fix that needs to happen right now is the energy guns. I feel like this is the weakest spot of the weapons in Apex. Maybe the shotties. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like there's enough light and heavy guns. I feel like the legendary guns are fine. I kind of liked the switch of the Mastiff and the Peacekeeper. I would prefer the Mastiff. Anytime I saw the Mastiff as a legendary drop in a kit, I would get it. I would not get it. Or I would not get a Peacekeeper. Like I avoided the Peacekeeper, and like right now I avoid the Peacekeeper as a legendary. I don't hit shots with it. So that's me though. Some people like it, some people don't. But I think the obvious fix right here is is energy weapons, right? The Havoc recoil right now is crazy. They can't go back to the way it was because it was just way too overpowered. But something has to get fixed there, or a new energy gun, something. I'm not sure. I don't know. Comment and tell me what needs to happen with the guns. If there's a new gun added, I feel like it'll be energy. I don't know. I mean, there's enough of everything else, right? So I feel like an energy gun is gonna happen, or a shotgun, or maybe a new sniper. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, and maybe it'll have to be something with Olympus, something that'll matter there, which I would think would be shotguns if it's internal, right? Or if it's a big type of city. And then finally, last, I think is the heirlooms. Man, like I don't know. Maybe it's just me because I'm very disappointed that I don't have one yet. So maybe that's just my problem. You know, I've been playing since week 1 of Apex, and I still don't have an heirloom. I play every week. I play usually twice a week, and I don't know. I mean, I'm about a level 300, and I still don't have one. I feel like I've been pretty darn close to opening 500 packs, but then I know people who are like levels 20, level 20, level 30, level 40, and they already have an heirloom or 2. Like, you know, it's sometimes just luck of the draw, and I mean, I notoriously have very bad, crappy luck. So that's a thing. But you know, I don't know. Can they lower it to like 400 packs? Like I would love an heirloom, and I'm just not gonna get that. I feel. But I am excited. It sounds like there's like 2 new heirlooms in the works. Sounds like Crypto and maybe Bangalore. I don't know. I could be wrong there, but Crypto seems like to be the next one, and I'm cool with that. That's fine. But if I get shards, I would probably hold one. I mean, I don't know. I would probably hold off until I get somebody that I really like to play with all the time. So we'll see. All right. So anyway, let's jump into the legends and some tweaks here. So this is where I was kind of pulling some stuff from Rain Day. So I had some notes down, and then I saw his video come out like yesterday or 2 days ago, whatever. And so I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, you know what? I like some of these ideas. Some of them I wasn't a big fan of. But you know, it's all opinions based. But then like he had 2 or 3 ideas that I really liked, And again, I'm linking his video in the description, so make sure you go check that out because Rain is really super awesome. He also broadcasts the global series, so he's also a esports broadcaster. So he's really cool, got a great voice, and just a great personality, and is very knowledgeable of the game. So check that out. But anyway, so we're going to talk about some of those things. So let's just start with Wraith here. So I have 5 legends where I don't feel like that much tweaking is needed, including Wraith. And honestly, like, I think I would leave Wraith where she is. I mean, if anybody who is like, oh, I'm a such and such main, statistically, it's Wraith. Like, if somebody's like got a main, it's Wraith. So she's by far the most common legend picked. She probably has the highest win rate, right? She probably has the highest kill rate, and even that's after her little mini nerfs. So I mean, I don't know, people don't like her. I think the biggest thing is her ultimate, but even with that ultimate, I mean, watch how far this still goes.
Punching a tunnel.
I don't think the ultimate is designed to get you 8,000 miles.
I set the portal.
Right? Like, it's still really far. You know, in comparison, I mean, you put some buildings in there, you're still moving around a couple buildings. You're moving from, you know, point A to point F. So I feel like if you can't close that, I mean, think of all the stuff that could happen in between there. I mean, you can move multiple buildings with a Wraith portal. So this is not, I don't know, it's not that big of a deal to me. Like, I feel like it's a good distance now. It could honestly be even shorter. I feel like it's a very powerful thing. You're invincible in there. And speaking of which, I think her tactical ability, Void here, is fine. Like, the speed, the distance, I think it's a better spot now. And they gave her the animation at the beginning, the little finger animation to get into that. It's perfect. It makes people be a little bit more strategic and not just like, oh god, I am going to die here if I don't hit it. It makes people think ahead. So I have no problem with it. I know Wraith mains hate it. They're going to want everything to go back to the way it was. Blah, 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 blah. But she still has like the highest win rate. So let's calm down on Wraith, please. Alright, so next person that I don't think needs much tweaking is Mirage.
Here I come.
Actually,
get out there and bamboozle.
I don't feel like there's much that needs to happen with Mirage. The only thing, and honestly, I had put Mirage at nothing. Like, Mirage needs no tweaking. But Rainday had a good point, and he mentioned this, is what about just 2 decoys? Like, because I thought that was, like, prior to his recent buff, I thought that was a good buff to begin with, is give him, like, 2 decoys like Bangalore has 2 smokes, right? And go that way. But when I do my second one, the first one goes away. So why not give him 2, and the last one you deploy, you control. Right? So the first one, if like, okay, I want my decoy to be right there, I release, and then I send out another one that I can control, but that one is still permanently there. I like that idea. So I'm okay with that. Everything else, his passive abilities, his ultimate, I think is fine. I know Rainday mentioned, like, what about a little mini speed boost right there? I feel like maybe that's a little OP. He already goes invisible for a little bit. And this is crazy distracting, especially in like a smaller building. Somebody can just use like a Spitfire or something and just light them all up anyway. But it's I don't know, and I'm pretty good at tracking it anyway. But I don't think it needs a buff there. The other one is Caustic, who needs. I think he's very strong right now. And so this is something that I've always thought about with Caustic, and this is why I enjoy playing with him, because it ticks off teams so much.
My vision is clear.
Is how long this lasts, and it is very excessive.
Another variable.
100%. Like just how long even his tactical ability lasts. Like that's so much. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So about 13 to 14 seconds of that tactical is ridiculous. It's a bit much. It needs to be shrunk down by 3 or 4 seconds, I think. It's way too OP for gatekeeping. I mean, especially if it's like round 2 or round 3. Like, no. Like that's just unfair. So I don't have a problem with that getting nerfed a little bit. I like the buff of it not affecting the team so much. So that I am perfectly fine with. And same with the ultimate. The ultimate ability doesn't need to last that long. Take off 5 seconds, and I think you're golden. I saw, yeah, again, Caustic I think is in a good spot. Just nerf his gases a little bit. Lifeline. So Lifeline is also really close with her recent buff slash nerf. So she kind of got a roundabout buff. Her passive ability of rezzing is amazing. I like her doc. I like the buff to the ultimate. I'm okay with that. Giving some extra stuff. So again, I think she's in a good spot, but I still think as a medic, she needs that little mini buff back again, where she can heal faster. So maybe not quite as much as what it was. I understand why they took it away. It's like, well, we don't want to make her like a god, but why not find the happy medium in there? So what is it? It was like 20% faster. Why not just make it like 10% faster? Like, just find the happy medium between the two, and I think we're fine. Okay. Next is Bloodhound. So Bloodhound is also really close. The only thing I would change on Bloodhound is his tactical. The ultimate ability, I think maybe when you knock somebody, maybe gives a few more extra seconds than 5. I mean, I'd be okay with 10. But his passive is fine of tracking, but his tactical, like,
scanning the area.
That's too much. It's way too much. If it was half of that, I would be okay. But the previous tactical was garbage, so I'm okay with the change there. It was just way too dramatic, right? So maybe find the happy medium between those two. That's the only thing I would think for Bloodhound. But otherwise, he's in a really good spot right now. He's really strong, and actually, I think I'm gonna start playing with Bloodhound a lot more. I feel like I need to. All right, so let's jump into the other legends I think need a little bit more than just real quick, easy
I'm back
things.
in action. Let's do this, brothers.
Gibraltar here. So Gibraltar, I like his buff in the dome. I like the dome. The gun shield needs some tweaking. That's been something that I've hated with Gibraltar, is like, I know, like, oh, I can win this one-on-one, and then it's a Gibraltar who's got more health than I do from landing. And like, I wipe his 2 teammates, and then Gibraltar comes in, and he's not very good, but because he's got this freaking arm shield, I can't beat him, right? So I'm lasering the arm shield, and then I got to do extra shots. It's too much. He's already fortified. He theoretically moves at the same speed as everybody else. I mean, he feels clunkier, but he moves the same speed. So I don't feel like he's already, like I said, he's fortified because he's got a bigger hitbox. So why the arm shield, or why is it? I don't know. It needs like a little mini nerf, like 1 shot regardless. Just 1 shot. That's it. Can we just make it 1 shot? It saves him from 1 bullet, regardless of the damage. Can we do that, please? That sounds great. And then finally, his ultimate. His ultimate does pretty good, I think. However, like, I think I only have like 2 kills with his ultimate, to be honest. So I would like to see his get a buff. And just for people who don't, or who are unaware, you know, his ultimate is different from Bangalore. So I'm gonna throw it right there.
Calling the airstrike.
It's gonna spread all around. So it goes all around it, and it's a little bit faster. So it's a smaller circle, but it doesn't do enough damage for me. I think it needs more damage. So that's something I would like to see with Gibraltar, is his ultimate get a damage buff. Like, it needs to be something that can be devastating. I mean, you're able to hide from it. It's not super fast, and then they have to explode. It just needs that damage buff. So that's it for Gibraltar. I got Lifeline. Let's do Crypto next. So with Crypto,
Thanks for not giving up on me.
I think he's really close. I like his EMP now that it doesn't damage the teammates like most other people's ultimates and tacticals don't. So why Decryptos? So I like that. That needed to go away. I think maybe
Putting an eye in the sky.
maybe if we moved his drone moves like slightly slower. Like that's something that I know a lot of people are annoyed by, is that you just straight up can't shoot it. Like you're so distracted by the flippin' drone, and you know that's something that's kind of annoying. And I don't know, maybe it's just because I have really crappy aim. You know, that's a whole nother thing.
Backing out of my drone.
So
I'm good to go.
I don't know. Maybe it moves slower, but now something that has been talked about is, can we use his drone for delivering down people? We can pick up banners. Can we actually deploy them? That is too much. That should never happen. Please don't ever give that ability to Crypto. Otherwise, every team's gonna have a Crypto. So let's please not do that. However, something that that Rain Day, and I'll give him a shout out again here, did mention is the hacking ability. So this has also been very widely discussed, is why can't the drones and be similar to Pathfinder? So take the drone and you can hack a survey beacon with it, like Pathfinder does. And to not make it so OP that the drone can just do everything, why not give the drone like a chance to do it? So like 25% chance. I like that idea. I also think like when you do hack it and you get it, I kind of thought another little buff would be if you hack it, can you like legit hack it? And if a Pathfinder comes behind and uses that survey beacon, it actually it shows the wrong ring for him and his team. Maybe that's too much. I don't know. I mean, if you guys feel like that's too much, I liked that idea of like just it throws off any Pathfinder behind him. So if you like that, you know, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know too. Comment. I don't know. It was just an idea of something new and different. All right. So otherwise, Crypto, I think is fine. Bangalore. I mean, Bangalore, I think needs maybe the biggest adjustment. She hasn't really been touched. Right, so she never gets nerfs, she never gets buffs. So let's change Bangalore. First, her smoke. I think the smoke is fine. Let's leave the smoke alone. I like it. It's massive. I don't like how most people play with her smokes, but I think it's awesome. It's a great ability for a lot of different reasons, but again, people just need to know when and how to use her smoke. The biggest thing with Bangalore, I think, I have one adjustment that I think everybody agrees with, and then one that I haven't heard talked about. So let's talk about that now while my ultimate is getting up, is the throwables. So we know how Watson has the passive now where she can hold 2 ultimate accelerants in one slot, right? So why can't Bangalore do the same thing, but with throwables? Why can't she have, so right there, I just picked up all those, so why can't we do the same thing with the ultimate accelerants, is have 2 throwables in one slot? You know, so if I have 2 thermites, it only takes up 1 slot. 2 frags, 1 slot, 2 arc stars, 1 slot. So let's just do the same thing, you know? So I know why that nerf was given to the backpacks of, okay, we don't need 8 million throwables. So I think that's a good little buff, you know, to give her additional throwables without taking up extra spots in her backpack. So I think that is a good one. And then the best and most obvious is her ultimate. So if you don't know, I mean, you're safe behind this, not like Gibraltar's where it goes all around you. So her stuff, see how long it takes? Look at that. It takes forever. I did good damage over there. But it takes forever. It's not deadly. I've never killed anybody. I'm sure people have, but I personally have never killed anybody with her ultimate. I have with Gibraltar's a couple, but 0 with Bangalore. Now I don't use her a ton, but I feel like it needs to be better, right? So I think the best way is one, it needs to be faster. When it comes down to when it explodes, I like the spread. So if we just make it faster when they explode, and a little bit more damage, I think that is a real quick and easy fix for her ultimate. But Bangalore needs help, needs some love, right? All right, who else do I have? Octane, Loba, and Revenant, and Watson. So let's hit Octane. So Octane, I think, needs two things, and I think everybody realizes that with his ultimate, it doesn't give him anything really special, because everybody can do the same thing that he can on his ultimate. So I think something that would be unique with his ultimate, and actually Rain Day had this idea that I didn't. My idea with the jump pads was why can't Octane just jump farther and higher? So I was like, why didn't it just go, double that or whatever? But he was thinking triples. So instead of the doubles, he gets a triple. So that seemed like a great idea for me. So yeah, I'm cool with that for sure. The other is Sims. We're just does too much. So it needs to either like do less on there or come back a little faster. So that's I think is the only thing I would argue for his. But otherwise, he's just supposed to be just fun anyway. So I don't think he needs all that much. But I like the triple idea. So let's go, Rev.
Why can't I just die already?
All right, I will leave that be.
Shut it.
So I think Tactical's fine. I like it. I mean, he needed that buff, but I think his biggest thing is one, the climbing, and then two, the ultimate with the shadows. So, yeah, his climbing, I think needs to go a little bit higher, than what he can do. So I know, like right here, I can do this. Like right here, I can get up right here, just barely. But any farther down, oops, not too far. Any farther down, I can't make this. So I feel like he needs just a slight more, like 5-foot buff right there. I think would fix a lot of those problems.
Shut it down. Shut you up real good.
And then, so let's get these up. I think the easiest fix right here is changing the shadows to be a little less effective. So if they are either less health, or I think just take away their guns and give them the melee, like the shadow fall. So when you go in here, your guns are gone, or you only have one mag, you can't reload, something like that. I'm fine with the unlimited distance as long as you don't run out of time. I just think there's just too much. I've been killed way too many times by one that's near me. They die, they come back, and they come back at 75% health because they got full shields and half health. So maybe like 25% health would be better. It's not like the 1 health it used to be, and not 50, so maybe 25. And then I think, yeah, I mean, I like the melee. Like, just make the melee damage be very effective with the shadows. I think that's a good idea as well there. All right, who else? I got Loba. I'm missing Loba and Watson. So let's go Loba. I'm gonna save Watson for last. So Loba is, in my opinion, still garbage. I don't have a problem with her boutique. I think that's fine. Maybe give people like 3 items instead of 2. So I'm okay with that. But the boutique isn't too bad. Her tactical ability of being able to see the gold and the purple through walls and stuff is fine, or through loot bins is fine. It's a little distracting, being able to see all the purple and gold, and I know sometimes it's hard to see if, like, with the purple, like, am I looking at a body shield or am I looking at a Phoenix kit? Like, those are the only things, but that's not a big deal. It's still a very powerful ability. It just, to me, it was distracting. Like right there, you can see the gold through those. That's the only thing with that. Her easiest fix is the speed of this. 1,
Activating
2,
jump drive.
3, 4, 5. So it's like 5 seconds for her to like really get out and go. If it was like 3, so that animation at the beginning is a little faster. It needs the animation at the end of her putting the bracelet back on, or maybe even give her 2 bracelets. I'm not sure. Maybe that's a thing. Is we could do 2 bracelets, and you know, like a Bangalore smoke. Is you could build them up, so you'd have the ability to 1, get away if you needed to,
Jump drive.
and then 1 to surprise come back in. There definitely has to be an animation at the end, because it seems way too powerful to not have one, of where like I can just flank right behind this guy, right behind this team, and instantly come in there and just start shooting. So I don't feel like that is fair. I think it's just the animation at the beginning, and just make it a little bit faster or a little bit farther. I feel like it would be a good idea for her. And yeah, the boutique, maybe just give
Open up shop and shut them down.
3 things instead of the 2. So like right there, just make it 3. Just make the circle a little bigger, add 0 out of 3 items, and you can take 3 things. Easy enough, right? Easy fix. So last but not least is my favorite,
I feel
is Watson.
recharged.
I think her ultimates. Oh, I already had some. Her ultimate accelerants of being able to hold 2 in the same slot is perfect. I think that needed to happen. Something needed to happen there. And then, but I do not like her pylons now. The 90 seconds is, I think, fairly useless. It doesn't need to be 3 like it originally was. I think can't we find the happy medium of 2? And then if you want them on a timer, just give them 2 minutes instead of 90 seconds, or 2.5 minutes, something like that. Like, give them long amounts of time, but I understand you don't want people like camping down and holding buildings. So another fix to that is, 1, I thought, since all she's had is nerfs, can't we buff her
Negating all
fences?
incoming artillery. Sweet
A
silence.
lot of people find her fences useless anyway, so I don't know why. I really like them. I think they're very useful. I think they knock people out of the way. But you can see how like there's the little blue circle to show you how many nodes. A lot of people don't know that. So there's a little circle there that's going around, the little blue circle. So right there is 10 nodes. So now I have 11. Now I have 12. So any more, the other ones are gonna disappear and blow up. So if I lay down another one, I actually gotta make one here. If I put down another one, there we go. So you see them pop away, right? So can we make them, or make the fences actually, like if somebody pushes through them, make them do a little bit more damage or more stunning? I think that is fair for her. And then something that Rain Day suggested as a to make it like a side buff is give her 10. So when I go to put them down, it's 10 nodes, right? Instead of 12. 10 nodes is enough to hold down 2 buildings pretty well. And if you have 2 pylons, 1 pylon like in each building or different floors, whatever, with a bigger timer, I think that's fair. So yeah, otherwise I think Watson is in a decent spot. She's just not super useful for like pubs matches right now. She's a lot more useful in super competitive play, high ranks, things like that. Lower ranks and in pub matches, she's just not super useful unless you're just a god at aiming. Because I mean, there are some people who just like to play with her. And like I never see them put down fences and pylons. They just, that's just how they play. They're just going for kills or whatever. It's like, well, why even use her? So, but she's a very defensive character, so I can understand like people, not being super excited to want to even play with her because she's not super aggressive. So that's the thing to consider. All right, so that is it. This is a long flipping video, so I will cut it there. But yeah, I mean, if there's anything that you like, don't like, whatever, you know, be sure to comment. Let me know what other changes you want to see in Season 6. I think the biggest, most important for me, if nothing else happens, a new map. A new map would be exciting. So, all right, I'll leave it there. Everybody, thanks for watching. Later.